Welcome, folks. Sunday, 12 December, 18-footer racing, Sydney Harbour, Cameron Cat, 4th Heat New South Wales Championship. I'm Andrew Buckland. Joining me today in commentary, Phil Cub Barnett and Jimmy Beery, as usual, driving the bus. Welcome, Cub.
Thanks, Andrew.
And for the viewers, the Cub, two-time Gildan winner, Australian champion.
Three times.
Sorry, Cub. Sorry. And has done all the jobs.
Yeah.
The sheet and the wood.
And done a bit of steering.
Yeah. And not the bow, though, Cub.
Oh, maybe my younger days.
There you go. Right. As we all did, I'm pretty sure. So just a little overview here. 4th heat, and the series leaders, Noakes, Yandu and Tech 2, separated by 2 points between them. So getting towards the business end and nice sort of subtly, second sail subtly. We'll talk about the weather a little bit more later on. And the committee, Jimmy, course 4.
Course 4, back to the good old southerly. Back to the big long run down to Obelisk, and it's nice and fruity down there, to say the least, as you know, Bucko.
So, yesterday in Sydney, and
there's the course on screen, so that's going down to Obelisk, back up around Shark Island, and down here to Athol Bight, back up to Clark Island, another big run down to Obelisk, and then work back up around Shark Island and down to Athol, and then off to the finish near Double Bay.
Off to the races. And as we've noted, a beautiful run down to Obelisk, Cub, 2-point-something miles of the finest action.
Well, we've seen a few boats come adrift over the last few weeks. I've been keeping a little bit of an eye on the coverage since the season started, and it's always a tough one to get around George's Head down there. I'm hearing from a few of my colleagues at work that there's about a 4 or 5 metre swell pumping in through the heads across the sound. So we might even see a little bit of swell on Sound Pigs Reef.
Yeah, a little bit of head sea and a bit of bounce, more bounce to the ounce. And for the viewers, yesterday in Sydney was incredibly fresh and volatile day at low pressure cell, a couple of 100 miles away. But we had wind speeds sort of 20 to 35 for most of the afternoon, and the persistent low, which has been fairly stationary, has pumped up the swell. So
I've been waiting for this weather forecast, Bucko, just to see if I can understand it.
No, it's I think fairly straightforward. Quite strange. Quite a bit of variation between high right and high left, so probably more than 40 degrees.
Right.
So maybe even 60 degrees, and which is quite unusual. Wind strength mid-teens, and probably 10 to 20 will cover the whole day.
I think we're going to see this breeze play out a little bit. Experience tells me this might go light and swing to the southeast later on.
No, the model's got it warming up and rotating and dying. And the tide flood until pretty much the end of the day. But it's been an interesting morning, and I've been down across the sound in a yacht. Got wet in a yacht. So that big long run, pretty pivotal, and getting around the corner at Obelisk, Cubby, one of those...
Look, it's one of those
definitive things, isn't it?
Coming out of Double Bay, there's sort of two choices. You either set or don't set.
Yeah.
If you do set and you get the right ley line, you'll get down to Obelisk. Sometimes you end up low of Bradley's Head, and sometimes you end up in the lee of Shark Island.
That's right. So sort all that out, Cubby. Come on. We're relying on you today, mate.
There's younger people here to sort that out these days.
That's good. And just a quick apology from Peter Shipway. He's been attending the Vintage Yacht Regatta, which is a big event put on by the CYC, where they have about 30 rather fine-looking vintage yachts from Hobart Races and other things. And they did get a bit of a beating yesterday. The mighty Love and War performing a very fine Chinese jibe halfway down the run. Spreaders in the water on an old 46-footer. Never that good. Anyway, they all got around today, I think, pretty much.
Rang and Famish on screen there. No Harry Price today. He's on the sick and injured list. He tells me He dislocated his shoulder a couple of weeks ago and not 100% at the moment.
Twice in one day he dislocated his shoulder.
Was it twice?
Yeah, went back in and came out again. Ooh. So he's in a world of hurt, and I guess he's got Christmas off, hasn't he, Cub?
Basically, yeah.
So on the rag and famish, Josh McKnight steering, Gussie Williams on the main sheet, Harry in the bow. So still pretty strong team. Other changes, Shuren partners Steve Thomas with Dave Gilmore and Luke Payne, Lockie Pryor and Lindsay Stead both heavily involved in the Hobart race preparation.
You got Kurt Hansen filling in on the Balmain slate there.
Right.
So he's filling in for Max Paul.
Okay. What's Max up to? Is he school holidays or something?
Well, someone's role to go and get all the inside info off everyone, and your Mickey Mouse stops, so you're just having a snooze in the car while we're waiting for you, Bucko.
There you go. Yeah, I see Sevy's still not sailing in the Andu today. Still got the ankle problems, so I think Doz is sailing there today.
Yeah, Doz is jumping back in.
James
jumping in for him. And then talking of ankles or toes, you got Michael Coxon back on the SMEG today. And who's it? Ricky Bridges. He's
on the main.
Yeah, he's back in as well after being injured. So
okay,
SMEG back to full strength.
Yep.
Young Zach Barnabas in the bow. Yep. How good was that to see him out on Friday? 3 generations in the one boat.
That was pretty special.
Trev, who I sailed with for a fair bit of my career, and young Trent, who I remember when he came home from the hospital as a baby, and young Zach, a very special moment.
Trent's son, Zach, it was terrific.
Yeah.
Trevor assured me afterwards, they went in the tide in the last race, and he assured me no more 18-footer sailing for him, ever.
I don't know how he's still doing it, to be honest.
No,
but anyway,
right.
A good effort. Yeah, second in the first race for those guys.
That's right.
And, just filling the placings for the rest of the afternoon. But I think our David Witt did reasonably well. Our Scallywag 100 starter in the Hobart.
That's correct.
So he did.
Sailing Noakes Blue, indeed. Without a top boat in the jib, they still managed to beat the top boat. So Witty in the 2 Toms, Tommy Clout and Tommy Anderson. Pretty good fist of it.
That was Witty's crew when he was still sailing skiffs.
That's exactly correct.
As well, so pretty experienced team there. David swinging it down pretty hard at the back. COVID's been kind.
Gravity's been even kinder.
No, we've got to give him a bit of a baking. He'd be doing the same to us, so got to get in while we can.
That's right.
Anyway, good luck to the Scallywag team in the Hobart. There's a lot of ex-18-foot skiff sailors participating on board that boat.
Yeah, I mean, the two, I mean, obviously, as we've noted, the fleet contributes a lot of Hobart race crew, most notably the Scallywag and URM,
yes,
skippered by Marcus Ashley Jones, which in which is about half the park, I think.
Yes. Well, first warning signal, 5 minutes.
Young Andrew Oles filling in on the bow of Noakes Blue today. Young bloke from up Manly.
Another product
16s.
of the Manly 16s. Fine.
Right. Got any thoughts on the racing today, Bucko? Have you picked a winner?
No, I'm puzzled by the wind. You can see that the gusts are indeed 16, perhaps a little more, but the spaces between the gusts are pretty significant.
I did notice, maybe Yandu's probably favourite for today after his win last week. He does seem to be footing quite well with his little rig on, especially when it's light. He's got that different headsail configuration, but I noticed today Noakes Red, Sean Langman, he's got his new headsail on today. He's gone for a similar configuration to Woody, John Winning. So that can't hurt him.
Yeah, so I think it will be necessary to be pretty fast downrange, and you would think that Tech 2 still conserving their new sails to some degree, I think. So you'd have to think that Noakes might be a chance.
Yeah, I like the idea. Michael Coxon's back in the Schmeg. I watched a race a couple of weeks ago where they had a slightly heavier crew and they seemed to do a little bit better. So with Coco's brilliance and Coco's extra weight back in the boat, I think they're actually my tip for the day.
All right.
Commentator's curse.
$20 on that one, Cubby, and it's the commentator's curse.
That's it.
Watch this space. Yep. You got the clock.
So coming up to the drop of the 3-minute flag.
So, Cubby, where are we going to start?
Well, there's always a big debate.
Which tack do you want to be on after 1 minute, mate? Starboard or port?
Well, I think I'd like to be on port, coming off Bradley's.
So you're going to start at the pin and try and cross the fleet?
Yeah, you watch. I think we'll see Sean Lingman down there.
Okay.
It's one of his favourite spots.
Yeah, and there's a good runway, and the line is actually pretty true to the wind, so that I don't think it's too much bias at all. If anything, slightly favouring the pin, depending on what sequence we're in. The breeze is in the right at the moment. So we're just getting down towards the...
Yeah, no, it's... I've jumped the gun there a little bit.
You have.
Just about 5 seconds away from the 2 minutes.
From the 2 minutes, exactly.
There we go.
Keep talking to us.
2 minutes.
Tide flood, Cub. So the last of the flood, the last hour and a half of the flood.
Yeah, pretty much all the way to the end of the race, I'd say.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's good.
Not a big tide.
So we've just seen the breeze sort of drop right out here. It's sort of maybe just sitting in the south and only about 10 to 12.
Well, 14 there where we are now, Cub, I would say. Looking upwind here now. And fairly far right, relative to what we have seen. Not hard, but just fairly far right. So they're stacking up. Lazarus Capital coming back behind the boat here on port. And the fleet looking fairly conservative. Tech 2 and Ando towards the leeward end. Up this end, perhaps Noakes and Smeg. Finport tacking in. Finport getting another seat in row F. What's going on?
He likes the view from back there, I think.
He must.
There's 1 minute to go.
You'd have to say that Tech 2's, perfectly located.
He's liking that pin in, like we were just talking about.
And Noakes in pretty good shape too, I'd think.
Maybe just a little early, the Tech 2.
He's going.
If you think he's row F, he's
45 seconds
Woody's
to the
down
start.
off Robertson Point, so
He's still early. Who's back this side that's got any form? We've got a couple of port tackers coming in. There's the club boat, 18-footers bar and restaurant there coming in on port. Risky manoeuvre.
Not recommended.
He's sporting a reef as well.
Drone shot here.
All right.
Tech 2, hammer down.
Right out
How's
to the
the clock up?
Yeah, I've got about 10 seconds to the start. 8.
13. I'm going 12.
Here we go. Tech 2 looks good there.
Synchronised watches.
Oh, there's one boat quite high up the line. I hope they're not over.
3, 2, 1.
Tech 2 leads. How about that, Cub?
And an individual recall.
You are correct.
Oh.
And that's probably Shaw and Partners in the middle.
It could have been Smeg.
Could have been Smeg.
Yeah, I saw. Just looking in the... Oh, Tech 2. Tech 2 in the tide. Quick capsize for the Tech 2.
Do you think so?
So's the Shore and Partners.
Right in the middle of the line, Shaw and Partners.
Shore and Partners.
On the far end of the line, Tech 2 capsize. One of the race favourites.
Wow.
John Winning away here.
Hard
Wait
right.
for the start.
Hard right. Quite windy there, Cub, on the face of that little one.
Yeah, just a little... And it swung back a little bit.
Round
too, to
cloud,
the southeast.
yeah.
So... Appliance is online just in front of us here. Looks fairly comfortable, lifting nicely. Looks like Keegan York's not doing too bad.
Considering he started in the third row, going really well.
He needs a bit of an improvement, the Finport. He hasn't shone this year. He's had a good season last year. And Right.
So Tech 2 crossing in front of us now, giving them a minute start by going in the tide. And I think one of the boys fell over in the tack. Bit of a
Rag and Femi's got a clean pair of heels here. Look, they're...
Yeah, and it looks like far enough left, Cub, does it not?
Yeah. Ooh. Noakes Blue, quick capsize off Bradley's head.
Not a quick one.
All right, the first mark, Bucko, Double Bay. We've seen some wins and losses here in the last few weeks. We've been sailing this course a fair bit this season. So do you come out to the left? Do you go into Clark Island and come out and lay the first mark?
Well, I think Smeg might lead from the right edge here. But these guys are on a good bit of left, but it's not good enough, I don't think.
Okay. No,
there's too
Smeg's
much
lifting at the moment.
Too much funnel out of the right-hand bay, Rushcutters Bay.
Yeah.
So he leads easily, having sort of gone halfway up the middle and then pinged into that next lane.
Keeping the tax down too, so that's always a good thing.
Working on it.
Lazarus looks like they're in a good position as well. The Finn Porch's tack to come back.
Yeah. So
Finn Porch just pushed the Royal Oak 4 points out of the way. The Smeg a comfortable lead from where we sit.
well, and Noakes won't be too far away either. On screen, Smeg tacking on a port as he comes into the left-handed breeze.
Okay, there's the leader on screen now with Smeg. Michael Coxon's back. Obviously putting all that pain to one side with his toe.
But
Oaks Red, Sean Langman just tacked. He was sort of looking at him as, although Birkenhead Point Marina are on a nice lift there.
yeah, Birkenhead might even cross the Smeg. How about that? Out to the left of Smeg. So Smeg on screen. Port tack. Birkenhead coming in from the other side. Hard right. And
I just hit that header.
just 8-1, as we say. And they've got him nicely behind Smeg.
So Smeg's still the leader. Only about 200 metres from the top mark.
Oh, a bit more than that, Cup.
A bit more.
Yeah.
It's a long way to sail.
Yeah. And Lazarus actually probably up near the podium at the top here, so.
They had a better race last week, the Lazarus.
Yep.
They snuck in for fourth.
In there and thereabouts, indeed.
No,
indeed. No, they've been working hard on it.
Well, the ultimate goal will be the JJ Gilpin, which is in March. So a lot of these crews are experimenting with different crew combinations, different rig setups.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're pretty young blokes, but they're, you know, professional about it, and they've made good progress.
Very professional. Lots of special gauges floating around the boat park there,
Yeah, no,
just checking tensions and all that sort of stuff.
You're quite right, and a few puzzles being decoded, that's for sure.
I noticed, Bucko, this year a lot of the boats are using some adjustable side stays, various forms, from a lever action to a pulley type scenario.
Yeah.
All trying to look for that little extra.
So here we go at the windward mark. Smeg's going to lead narrowly from Noakes. A couple of boat lengths.
Wonder if we'll see a collision here at the top mark.
No, we don't want any of that. So the left paid pretty big at the end of that beat.
Smeg looking pretty comfortable, going straight for their spinnaker.
Yep. And
Noakes in second. Lazarus is going to be in third. And the Smeg team spinnaker set. Lazarus is around.
oh, great, and they're in a header, so they're not.
Yandu after missing the start.
Yeah, Yandu late for the start, went hard right more or less.
Still
and slipped back to the left in the end, but
Burrowing Hotel is just around now, and
So your money's
Who's
looking pretty
next?
good, Cub.
So far.
Birkenhead Point Marina next.
Did you have a pick?
No, I ducked the picking.
He ducked that one on you, Cub.
What about you, Jimmy? Have you got a favourite here?
Mate, I reckon keep an eye on Woody. There's my tip.
Yeah, no, Woody's been very fast. But I mean, Cub, I was looking for a bit of improvement in Noakes with a new setup, sort of.
Okay,
Kind of.
all right, okay.
Sort of,
All right,
kind of.
let's leave it there.
Yeah, leave it there, exactly.
Yeah.
Slightly ambivalent. That'll be good.
Let's go.
That'll be good.
Here's the N2 coming to the top mark, one of the newest boats in the fleet.
Yeah, they've struggled, haven't they?
Okay, got some excellent drone footage of the Noakes hammering down towards Bradley's Head. Not many boats elected to set a spinnaker, Bucko.
Well, Cub, you've done this league enough times. If you can get over the headland with the chute, you'll come out in front.
Okay. Noakes seems to be going okay down there. He's tight, but he's still got the chute on, pushing hard. Same with the Smigglers.
And the danger for the guys that have gone high is they have to set to avoid getting under the lower wind speed.
Lazarus is going for the set now,
windward
just
shore.
in front of us.
Yeah, so that's the big decision you've got to make.
Yeah, but the guys that are high now might have to drop and set twice, which is particularly tedious. Anyway, here we go. Travelling with the guys, two soul reaching. Dragon Famish, Yandu down to Leeward, Birkenhead Point.
Birkenhead Point doing pretty well today. Yeah.
Fast. So in the end, everybody's had to set.
Big puff that's just hit Lazarus on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, great shot of the Lazarus there. Bit of centreboard action.
Again, Piers just come a little wider and to his right. Pick up Sean trying to wheel that thing as hard as he can to.
Well, he's given
get
himself
up
a
over
little
there.
bit of leeway, Jimmy, hasn't he? Like, he's a bit higher than the other two, so...
Oh, Marcus is good. Like, Marcus be on the Lazarus. He's flying there, but the other two, I think, are going to have to knock it off. There they are.
Yeah, Smeg Crew's in, getting ready to drop the chute.
Down on the Hughes Stoddard Rock.
That was the next one, wasn't it?
Great.
It was too, yes.
Great stuff here on the Noakes, just right at the limited bumpy water. They will get over the headland, I think. Cub, what do you think?
I think Noakes will. Smeg's obviously taken their chute down. We've got a couple of boats behind us. But one of the decisions the crews have to make, it's always a hard one getting this chute down when it's so tight. Do you just send the forward hand in and say, mate, do your best, get it off, or do you send the sheet hand in to back him up?
Well, that's the modern method, isn't it?
Yeah,
Bowman with 3 arms needed.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Got a bit of...
All right,
action
so
here.
Noakes are past the next headland. Smeg's got the chute down. Lazarus is still in the box seat at the moment. He's probably giving himself 200 or 300 metres there.
But it's of no use unless he clears the headland in reality. If he has to drop...
Yeah, the body language suggests that they're right on it, aren't they?
Well, he's lifting a little. I've got my fingers crossed. Just looking back into Rose Bay, there's a little light patch, maybe.
He looks a chance to clear, but...
Smeg's he's edging their way back into it as well. You always lose a little bit getting that chute off, but they're nicely placed now.
Yeah, and I think Noakes will be going into drop any moment now, looking downwind.
Lazarus
in front of Lazarus.
struggle.
Yep.
On the face of a boomer in rough water. And the rough water difficulty is not insignificant, is it, Cub?
No, it affects. Noakes dropping their chute now. They're going to reach up underneath Lazarus. That's going to cause them some trouble.
I just got confirmation, guys. Smeg was the boat that was over at the start, so...
Oh, well, there's my bed.
Wow, and Noakes on the dial up, riding the ragged edge, but they got the job done.
So it's close.
Yep.
There they go. They're bunching up.
So Josh, the bowman on Noakes, still tidying up a little bit, but they're just in front of Smeg. and just had confirmation that Smeg was OCS.
So we're about 3/4 of the way down this first run now, Bucko, and the placings don't seem to have changed too much. But the top 4 are still the same, although Noakes have stepped out in front of Smeg by a boat length or 2.
Yeah, so that's not a big deal. By no means determinative of the result, but now they've got another challenge. When do they set? They want to set as soon as they can, get comfortable.
I suppose they're trying to ascertain what the breeze is doing at the moment, is it?
Here we go.
To the right of us, sort of mid-harbour, is Birkenhead Point Marina. They really just need to set the chute and send it. They'll be probably get themselves into 4th or 5th here.
Oh, big crash here, big crash. Lazarus and Smeg, it's nasty. The boats are locked together.
So Lazarus has clipped Smeg with a snout, yeah?
See the right.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wowzers.
Well, I can see all the crew members, so hopefully everyone's okay. Was sort of let Noakes jump away a little here. And that puts Yandu John Winning back into 2nd place, Bucko. There you go. Bit of a consistent.
That was a rough water effect, I think, Cub, wasn't it?
I think some of the Lazarus seemed to round up quite quickly. They might have lost their footing. Yeah. One of the things there too is it's always hard to do that windward set.
So watch this, troops. Noakes in some pretty bumpy water. Completed jibe. Oh, look at Josh.
Laying down on the wing there.
Yep.
Lost his footing.
Wow, they got it. They
survived.
They've got to do a jibe drop down here.
And a keelboat in the way.
Bit of traffic.
Yeah. No, do a jibe drop. You were quite right, Cub.
Yep. It's just starting to get into that bit of swell that's coming in through the heads too.
Not just starting. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Here we go. So we did say it was problematic, didn't we?
Yep, there you go. All right.
And just got a bit chicken winged up in the middle of the jibe, lost speed.
Okay, and it might even put John Winning into the lead.
That's right. He's got to do 2 jibes though too, don't forget.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
No, he does, Cup. I'm sorry.
All right.
No.
I mean, look at the seaway here, guys.
I've seen Woody run square in a westerly.
I know. I did
pole back.
Pole back, mate. Pole back. Won't be happening, and it is very bumpy, Jimmy, isn't it?
It's not the weather to do the goose swing, but if anyone can do it, it
Woody's
is.
going to run.
So he's dropping the chute.
Run square, no shoot, safe.
Mate, he's safe as houses.
And why wouldn't you? He's in the lead. He wasn't expecting to be there a couple of minutes ago. So
No.
just ever consistent.
Let's hope there's no damage to Smeg and Lazarus. But
Burrowang's starting to move up the fleet as well. Simon
Brilliant
Nairn.
effort, yeah.
Yeah, great.
And then
Noakes still upside down.
And do coming in.
Okay, a little bit of a goose swing there. The
Brad and
headsels.
everybody fudging their way down to the bottom, we call it, Cub, wouldn't you?
Yeah. With the flappy sails.
Exactly.
What would Kilo say?
We'd all be horrified. But anyway, here we go.
There we go. Yandu leads at the bottom mark.
Yandu,
Now that's goose winged up on the burrowing, isn't it?
that is goose winged up. Should be illegal.
Pulled out jib almost.
Pulled out jib, exactly.
And the Yandu, he snuck his way back into 3rd position by the looks of it. Tech 2's recovered from his bad start. And Rag and Famish right there as well.
So who's going to win the race now, Cub?
Well, I need
Rag and Famish eating it.
Right, big bag of prawns there. The spinnaker's dropped in the water and they've tripped over it.
These boats do not like being sailed slowly, do they?
No. You've got to have a bit of speed to do your manoeuvres.
Yeah.
All right, Tech 2 in 4th spot.
Big dial up from running by the lead, but look at that, Cub. That gets a pass mark, doesn't it?
Done well.
And Royal Oak doing the same.
Royal Oak in 5th.
No worries.
And Finport's next around.
Finport in 6th.
And Birkenhead doing some prawning.
He's in strife. He's gone back the other side of the mark now, so he's still got the chute, not half up, but half out on the bow.
Wow.
Yep.
So Cubby, even the Tech 2 boys will be pinching themselves that they're in striking distance of the lead unexpectedly.
I think
Sure,
what we've
partners next around with one of the Sail GP Japan team guys on up the bow on the sheet, Luke Payne and Dave Gilmore.
bit of recreational traffic ahead of some of these boats if you get a bit of wake. One of the interesting things I've been watching this year, and just the Tech 2 has the ability to come back from behind. So I haven't seen a lot of the other boats being able to dig themselves out of a deep spot. Tech 2's every chance here.
Mate, they're very calm, Cub. They're a real polished team. They're just,
Yeah.
you know, I think they
Ooh.
kitchen makers over.
Hit that recreational traffic wave.
And sorry, we didn't brief the viewers. Cub, as his working life, is driving a ferry to Manly and back, more or less.
Bucket.
Knows a bit more about the harbour than most people.
Yes,
Yeah.
the day job.
The day job, as it were.
We've got a breeze a little bit fresher down here at the moment, Bucko. The waves are up as well.
Yeah, no, pretty lumpy, really, all things considered, isn't it? And
We in the 20 knot range here. There's plenty of white caps, maybe more.
well, there's a bit of confusion. Powerboat wash, tight against wind, ocean swell bending around the corner, going upwind. And what else do you need?
No, recipe for disaster for some.
Exactly. So, and the freshest bit of wind we've seen, yes, indeed, up towards 18, 20, 22 here. Looking at Birkenhead,
Alright.
jib pinned in a bit hard. Mains are looking pretty good, but just need to twist the jib a bit more if they could.
Okay.
And one of your colleagues coming to visit on the left of screen.
Yes. A little bit of a warning signal.
Yeah.
Horn's got a bit of chewing gum or something stuck behind a Cub.
Manly Ferry freshwater just making the Birkenhead Marina tack.
Asking politely, Cub.
Yes. There's no polite.
There's no polite.
The worst part is the 5 hoots. Sounds the most aggressive, but that is, make your intentions clear.
1,100 tonnes of steel versus carbon fibre.
What could go wrong there? Well, who was it? It was the Country Comfort, wasn't it, back in the day? Was the
Yeah, ripped the rig right out of the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on YouTube somewhere if you want to dig around and find that.
the McKee brothers, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yep. Oh, my goodness. I thought they were dead for sure.
A lot of other people did. All right, so we've...
Oh,
So it looks like Noakes
That's
has had another capsize behind us, so he's still in the water. He'd be...
It's today's sponsor, the Royal Oak Hotel, Double Bay. Pop in there and grab yourself a beer after you leave the Double Bay 18s. How's that for a deal?
so just for the viewers, the former leader Smeg has got up and going again, as has Lazarus Capital Partners. Not on screen, and Balmain Slake here, just on port, standing in towards George's Head.
So they started off the season pretty well, the Balmain Slake, and I think they've had a few fresher breezes. One of the lighter crews seems to have probably hurt them a little, but all good experience.
So coming your colleagues on the ferry there, they're 16 knot cruising speed, right? Or thereabouts?
Oh, a little bit less.
15.
Probably 14 downhill with the wind behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But deceptively fast.
Yeah, and then, they can't stop in a hurry. They can stop. It's a good 3 boat lengths to pull one of those up, so hence the orange diamond.
Yep.
And, it's like having a halo around you. But Andu in shot now. Yes.
Andu and Yandu in the background, so I think that's first and second on the water from what I can see.
All right, so it's the first time we've seen a bit of form out of the Andu this year.
Just going past the Burrowing Hotel with Royal Oak 4 Pines below them. That's probably third and fourth on the racetrack.
And I think Tech 2 might be fifth, perhaps, Jimmy, out away from us, or Noakes from the far edge here. Yeah, was that Noakes Blue trying to go downwind? Noakes Blue trying to go downwind, of course.
Yeah, they're still trying to go downwind. Lazarus over there just tacking there. That was who was involved in that accident with Smeg. I believe that's them.
Yeah.
I think they're going home. Might have them chicken winged up there a little bit far away from us.
Yeah. So, on screen, Noakes still trying to bear away to get to the bottom mark after being in the drink earlier.
They've got a long way to go.
Got the job done, but...
And remember, Yvette's been off for the last couple of weeks, Bucko,
yeah.
with some injuries and so forth, so...
Yeah.
So we've got Rag and Famish and Burrowang in picture at the moment.
Royal Oak, Burrowang, Finport.
Yeah.
Wrong pub, Cub. We can't have that.
So
I'm
Royal
sure
Oak
they still
top
sell
ten.
beer.
Well, yeah.
and the breeze building a little in the middle of the course here. Bumpy and windy. 18 cubby, yeah?
Yep,
20, 22 perhaps in
Bit
the
of wind
pubs.
against tide, Bucket.
Correct way.
Yes.
So...
Andu lifting nicely. Seems to have a bit of an edge on Royal Oak.
So Andu with James Doran on the back of the bus, Sammy Newton and Matt Stender would be plentiful for riding moment, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, Matty Stender used to fill in for us for a little bit on with Doz, so, you know, those two have got a bit of symmetry together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll help, as you know. And
absolutely. It does not exactly at jockey weight these recent times, is he?
He's eating very well these days.
That's right.
But John Winning, our veteran, leading the race.
Again.
Yeah. I was talking to the crew before the race, Young Berger and Fang, and mate, they're very comfortable with what they're doing. You know,
exactly, and so they should be.
Having a lot of fun while they're racing.
Berger's loving the Sutherland course. When I was speaking to him during the week, he was just like, when he looked at the forecast, he goes, not another one, like.
Just building those arms up for the long spinnaker run.
It's all right for the young ones, right? Like the wrong side of the ledger he is, and he's still doing it and showing them how it's done.
Looks like they've had a little bit of damage there. John Winning's feverishly tying something up while Fang was steering, Fang Warren.
Just putting the kettle on.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, who knows? Usually what happens is they have an incident, damage to the trapeze return shock cords is a frequent problem.
High usage.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with the crews these days. They get down so low on the wings and get that weight as low and as horizontal as possible. It's something I probably would have liked to have done.
I think you can blame Sebi and Sam Newton for that one, can't you?
Well, in our days, in the early days, you had the wings that weren't fixed. They had the pivots in them. If you got down too low, you pushed.
No, the wing would spit you off.
Yes.
There's Tech 2 on screen.
Yeah.
Marching up. And they'd be close for fourth.
Yeah. Just coming toward the podium after being in the tide on the start line.
Not a bad effort, is it?
Well, a few of the blokes in front fell over in sympathy. Yeah.
There he goes. He's got an interesting setup in the boat. He's got the adjustable side stays.
Yeah, and all sorts of little tricky. I was talking with Ian this morning, actually, who's looking after them, obviously. But
yeah, there's a few tricks up their sleeve, all hidden underneath that spinnaker bag, I think.
no, they put the little vang winch inside the boom, Cub.
Is that right?
So they've cleaned up the spinnaker area to some degree.
Okay, good.
Too much stuff in there.
And is young John Winning Jr. coming back to sail the Andu?
50-50 chance.
50-50.
Well, I ran to Star Wars last night. Believe it or not, he was over at Manly.
Must have got lost.
That's right. I looked at him and went, I know you, but I don't know you from here. But he was saying, yeah, he's still a sort of 50-50 chance. He's I think he's over in the US or somewhere at the moment. So he's a 50-50 chance of getting back here and getting amongst it.
All right. All right, Royal Oak 4-pine. Our number 3 on the course at the moment.
I'm trying to line them up.
Yeah, this is the best race of the year so far.
Today's race sponsor, I hope there's a few extra beers on tap.
Absolutely.
Just mentioned Cub's name.
So Rob Bell on the main sheet in place of John Cooley. So Rob's a bit of a bigger body. Might be enjoying that.
Seems
The skipper Aaron Everett, the tallest bloke in the fleet.
You going to go up to the mark, Jimmy?
Yeah.
So wind strength here now, camera cut just alongside Shark Island and looking across at Tech 2, more or less. You'd say 18 knots, Cub, would you not?
yeah, definitely swung a little bit. Clock maybe 10 degrees left. Maybe not that much. John Winning seems to have extended his lead, but
Yeah. Here we go. Yandu at the windward mark.
let's keep an eye on them.
Let's get the chine in, Cubby, and get some vang off it, shall we?
And cross your heart and hope to die.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Ooh.
Had a little sniff, but looks like they got through.
No
Steady
worries.
as she goes.
Never in doubt, was it?
Never in doubt.
So, Andu going to be second comfortably with that same jib setup.
Yeah,
That, Cubby,
just-
the jib on the Andu looks big, doesn't it? It just...
yeah,
For-
no, definitely. Look, I like the idea if it's a little bit on the light side.
Yeah.
It's going to help keep a bit of pressure and drive them through, especially if there's any chop. But if it was really fresh, like if it was 25 plus, I'm not sure it's the
setup.
answer. Yeah.
Oh, and they're struggling to get the bow down.
All right, but here they go.
Got the job done.
Well, remember, Doz had a practice on Friday night too, Bucko.
Did he?
The Super Cup.
Oh, that's true. I
Yeah,
suppose
got the cobwebs out. All right.
Andu's
And
screeching away downhill. Gonna
got a
probably
yeah,
set.
Andu's got a little commuter ferry there. He's trying to get around the back of. Next round, the marking third spot, Royal Oak Hotel. He's having a great race today.
He played Caligris in his powerboat, the Rag and Famish sponsor.
Checking
Just
them
went past. Aaron's got plenty on trying to get this away.
Yeah, not quite done yet, the Royal Oak. You've got to get that bow down. And Tech 2 coming along.
Ah, well, some textbook stuff. Yes, more or less.
All right.
Tech 2 in a pretty good squirt. Got the jib away nice and early. So the most efficient rounding we've seen right there.
Nice and flat. That's good. Flat's fast. And the red is fast.
That red paint works.
Red paint works.
Oh, that's right. Okay, fair enough. Finport and Burrowang, Young Henrys. Coming in next. Anyway, we're on the Tech 2. And they're not hoisting, so the breeze is far enough right that they're two sailing the next leg to some degree. But you can already...
Right. Okay, Shore and Partners around next.
in a lull.
Yeah, unusual.
Yep. Steve Thomas, Dave Gilmore and Luke Payne making a pretty good fist of it. Little puff just coming now. Not too bad.
Nice and flat. That'll help. All right, Johnny Winning got the spinnaker on in the distance.
Yep. So necessary to set here. Tech 2 halfway down the run, just in the far distance on the screen. Just about to set, I believe.
Shaw and partners trying to work out what they want to do. They've got a little charter boat traffic in front of them.
They'll dodge the obstacles, one would think.
Right, burrowing just going into double bay there. They could do with a spinnaker on. Tech 2's got his spinnaker up now. They're into it.
Yeah.
Finport just getting hit by a big one there.
Yeah, great shot there at the fin port. Everyone's struggling a little.
Yeah, but I think Finport probably about the right timing. You do want to get down towards the headland, it's sort of more or less, don't you, Cup?
Well, they just got to get past Bradley's head and then they can do what they like after that. You've got a bit of extra water down there.
You know, the mark is set pretty deep in the bay looking at the leaders.
All right, Royal Oak's got a line of breeze there now. He's chasing the Tech 2 down.
Well, you'll see that while we weren't looking, Cup, the Tech 2 got up to third, didn't they?
They did, snuck it in.
Because they rounded more cleanly.
Beautiful rounding.
Yeah. Now we're travelling with the
back of Royal Oak, 4 points there.
Yeah. All right. The Royal Oak. About 50 metres behind Tech 2 now, 80 metres perhaps.
Okay, so Tech 2 comfortably third there at the moment.
Yeah, so depth wins here.
Meanwhile, the Yandu round in first position. He's got a nice comfortable lead still. Yandu coming into that bottom mark, just doing a bit of a jive drop now. Will round in second spot. Royal Oak 4 points. Royal Oak.
Can they save it? Wow.
If they can save that, that's a miracle, isn't
Oh,
it?
there you go. They've saved a couple of lives years there.
Not saved yet. Saved now.
Great stuff.
Not sure what went wrong there, Cup. What do you think?
He seemed to veer away at the same time. The crew hit the water and she slowed right down.
It's not the right answer, is it?
No.
So a bit of luck for Tech 2 there. They got a good puff and got all the way to the mark without jiving.
Excellent.
And had to do 2 jives in front of them. Anyway, travelling with Royal Oak in fourth, Tech 2
We got
third, Yandu second, and Yandu leading with about 20-second gap between each boat.
I was going to say the same thing, Bucko. 20 seconds. We've got Royal Oak coming in. He'll be in fourth position around the bottom mark. Should be able to hold Finport Finance out from there. Slightly better race from Keegan today.
Yep.
Well, they had a couple of superstars on for the Super Cup, didn't they?
Ooh, yeah, a couple of gold medals.
Little stacked.
A little. Unbelievable. Okay.
We're on Burrowang and Shoreham Pub.
So the back of the front pack coming down to the mark, Burrowang and Shoreham Partners, and the breeze rotated enough they have both to do 2 jives.
There's a big gap between these 2 boats on screen and the rest of the fleet.
Yep.
Yeah, well, the rest of the fleet, probably if you've got a big screen TV at home, you'll be able to see them. They're right up there at Shark Island, but you're not seeing them otherwise at the moment.
Might need to go to the movies to see them, I think, unfortunately.
The Burrowing gets it done not very tidily.
So,
bottom
Bucko, I
line.
think this is the conditions where this big headsail's actually going to work. They're,
No, it's back in that range now.
yeah,
Sure.
they've got 3 on trapeze. They're
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. But also just tends to be a bit less wind down this end of the track, doesn't it? Just as you get near the CBD, breeze might be on average two knots less.
Definitely.
Yeah.
When I was checking the weather this morning on windy, they were sort of saying exactly that. A couple of knots less here. Well, no,
Yeah.
I guess the next one's quite.
Shore and Partners and Burrowing. Shore and Partners have had an unusual season. Changed crews this year and
Yeah, full crew swap out there. So
yeah, full crew. So they're getting used to the boat.
there's the next boat. Balmain Slate just went under the drain, and then the rag is the next.
Rag with the purple spinnaker.
Yeah, so the Balmain Slate must have had a capsize we didn't see off screen. One would assume they're a fair way back. Anyway, feet forward.
Port looking good. They're on our second work back up into Double Bay.
What was interesting, guys, was Tech 2 tacked off well before, went up like the western sort of channel of the harbour. Andu picked the middle and Yandu went over to the eastern channel. So
Yeah, well, I mean, conventionally, sky clearing, air warming up, breeze rotates to the left. And that appears to be what's occurred. And Jimmy, if you'd observe,
It's good to see a bit of sun. It's been a bit
some
evil
soft-
during the week.
some-
Birkenhead Point.
some sloughing.
Right, Andu just tacked. Coming back to the fleet.
There's the difference between first and second on screen.
About what it was at the bottom, more or less, I think. But
We might put the clock on them at the top, Mark, see how
Yeah.
they're going.
yeah.
Use Bucko's watch it, but it's working well.
It's the Mickey Mouse hands on it. Eh?
Bit sticky.
But that's not a big gap, is it?
No, it's not unassailable. But we just saw on the first spinnaker run all the capsizes, the drama,
Get it all out of the way early.
boats setting spinnakers early, boats deciding to go up towards Shark Island just for a little bit and clear some air. And then at the bottom mark, there was only a couple of slight changes in positions at the top.
Yeah. And then a bit of carnage down the bottom to restate the whole order, indeed. Yeah, Andrew looks pretty good there.
They're comfortable. They're not far to go now, and they'll be looking at tacking to lay the top mark.
Anyway, Yandu going to lead by not very much.
Michael Kennedy, Fang Warren, and John Winning Senior.
Yeah.
There we go. Tack to lay the top mark. Although it's going to be close, Bucko. I think Andu's got a nice little lift.
Yeah.
Little
Andu,
lefty.
James Doran on the wood today, Matt Stenner on the main sheet, 7 Newton as usual in the bow.
Yeah, it's
And
gonna
they've come up that beat pretty quick, haven't they?
Yep. Nice. Nice lift.
Might stay on these two because it's going to be a pretty ding-dong battle down to the bottom right.
All right, we've got Captain Consistent John Winning. He's probably, you can almost bet money on him just sitting in a fair bit of this run and just being cautious.
And Andu having trouble getting the bow down.
The young boys might just have a crack and get that shooter.
Too much and not enough. And a big puff to make it more difficult for them. So that new little bit of pressure with
All good.
right-handed air in it. So a bit of a change on the track. Yandu leads by 20 seconds again from Andu.
Fisher Pykel there. Just retiring.
Going home.
Going home, yep.
Royal Oak 4 Pines will be third. And Tech 2 will be back to fourth.
So we've got the big decision here when to set.
Andu would have learned a fair bit the first time down. They do need to set looking in front of them, I think.
Right.
Woody's got to look at it sooner than later from his point of view. He's a little bit higher than Andu.
Exactly.
He's bought his ticket to the harbour tour, Woody, by the looks of it. Getting in the sights. Alright, we're on John Winning at the moment. They're still reaching up high, screaming at one of those boats to get out of their way at the moment. They've got to set shortly and
Tech 2 on screen there, just around the top mark and charging down. How close do you reckon he'll bring it into towards the finish to the leaders here?
Well, as we know, Tech 2, the best two-sail reaching boat in the fleet, usually.
Yep.
We've got a spinnaker going up on board Jandu. It's a tough set, that one. It's a windward set.
Just flashed through the screen.
Yeah.
Still on their way back down to Athol, but having not a great day after that swim, right?
A long time in the bath. We've been travelling with Yandu.
Well, they look pretty comfortable there.
And we're going to get Andu in shot shortly to leeward, showing the separation. Andu faster in more wind to leeward two sail.
There's first and second.
Or at least as fast.
All right, it's got a little bit light here, Bucko. I think
Well, Andu was down there, down the leeward in a very good, strong puff. And Yandu had sailed out the back of it, which is why they had to set.
so none of the fleet behind John Winning have set spinnakers just yet.
Well, because they came with a squall, a little squall.
There goes Andu in for their set.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the right answer, but James Doran, usually pretty good downhill on the stick too, Jimmy.
I made him look good for a couple of years, mate.
That wasn't what he told. That wasn't what he told me.
In the fishing boat.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Very comfortable there on Yandu. Yandu's got their work cut out. They're a little bit lower.
Doz is quite good on the old on the twiddle stick.
Yeah.
Top end of any rig, I'd back him.
Yeah.
There's a nice top-down shot of the Andu.
Yep, they're looking pretty comfortable too, Jimmy. From where we're sitting there, neck and neck.
Yeah. Well, Andu actually sort of in VMG mode, Cup. Fast VMG mode, you'd call it.
Probably slightly ahead of Woody at the moment.
He is at the moment, I think.
Yeah. He's certainly got the shorter distance, hasn't he? Yeah.
Just for the viewers at home, Tech 2 has just set their spinnaker. They're probably about a minute in arrears from these two at the moment.
So Woody, VMG running, sitting on the wing, down to leeward Andu at full noise and going to scrape the headland. So they will lead down the bottom here, barring accidents, Cub.
Barring accidents.
By an amount.
And like what we've seen before was the breeze increasing a little bit at the bottom here. There's a good breeze coming out of Rose Bay directly behind us. Let's see how they go. At the moment, potentially the Yandu's just a little bit high of the mark. Might have to put in 2 jibes to make it. Where Andu seems to be right on the money.
Well, a bit hard to line it up from here, but the body language on the Andu says we will make the point.
Definitely. Got a little bit of the Sail Sydney fleet here just in front of.
So advantage to Andrew if they go clean past the point without flapping the shoe. And the language says yes.
Oh, it's gone very light here.
Yep. So Yandu now definitely having to do 2 jobs or more.
A little bit of traffic ahead of Yandu.
Special needs. Good spot to stop and have a chat just in the middle of the channel.
So
There we go. He's got a bit of breeze now. It's just what he needed, just at the right time.
this is easily the best performance all year by the Andu. They've had trouble with some equipment breakages, crew injuries and all sorts of little issues.
Although a comfortable lead now for Andu.
Yep.
Maybe 15-second deficit at the top mark. Now maybe a nice 15-second lead. A little bit of a little bit of boat watch coming for Andu. They need to be careful. She'll be airborne.
Boat wash, head sea,
Yeah.
windy gets tight.
Everything you want, right?
Yeah. And on the face of a bit of a squirt too.
A little bit of
Big-
centreboard.
Big puff here, Cup.
Yeah. Look at Woody coming.
Yeah.
He's powering in from behind them. There, just
Yeah, but they're all,
great shot of Yandu there. There's the
They'll all be
pedal
happy.
down.
they'll all be happy with that. They did not have to jibe. Such is the amount of the puff that's come to rescue them to some degree.
All right, now we've got to see him get it down and get around the mark.
Yep, no jibing, no, mate.
And it's fresh. It's just kicked.
Yeah.
There's another 5 knots or so there. And just
Sammy Newton going in.
Sammy will get it down. Tech 2 just powering down from behind.
Oh, yeah. When Tech 2's there, mate, that's never over. It's never over.
He's caught up a lot on this particular run.
Yeah.
But anyway, the kite's away on Andu. Kite's away and tidy. That allows the forward end to get out on the wire as soon as they get around the mark.
For the dial up.
The dial up.
Not
Perfect.
bad.
Pretty
Not
good.
bad at all, Cup.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Not bad for some young blokes.
Yeah, well, the old Sammy Newton, he's a bit of an athlete, isn't he?
He is.
6 foot something tall, 100 kilos.
So we've still got Tech 2 barreling down here. John Winning's gone a little wide and lost a few seconds.
John's been a bit conservative, but nothing wrong with that either.
No, we've seen that win him a few races this season.
Yeah, and Tech 2 having to do 2 little jibes.
Yep.
But still-
Yandu comfortably around in second.
Big gain to the Tech 2. Big gain.
And a jibe drop on the Tech 2.
Yep. And I got a little lull to get it off in, which,
That's good. They're good.
They're good.
always makes me nervous when they do that, Cub. Come out of the jibe tipped over.
It is a funny feeling, isn't it, when
Yeah.
you're on the boat
Yep.
and you jibe
Yeah.
and it keeps going.
Yeah. And it slows down, and then, do we have enough weight on the wing, you know?
We'll have a quick look over the shoulder. All right, Finport's probably having his best race today.
Exactly.
We've said that earlier on, but Keegan seems to have found a little bit of pace. I saw Michael Carter working on the sails just before the race, so for Flipper to be on your team is a good thing.
Yeah.
Very-
Finport, Keegan York, Phil Marshall and Bryce Edwards. And I think that's a combo for the rest of the year, isn't
That
it?
is a combo for the rest of the year, but
Yep.
yeah, like, you know, it's a whole new combo for Keegan this year, so, you know, it's taken a little bit for him to gel as a team.
Yeah.
Just a little bit slow there. That can be dangerous.
That was right on the limit of how slow you want to do it, right?
Yep. And a big puff coming for them for the dial up.
All right, shoots down on the Finport.
Pretty good drop.
They're right.
Not
They're
too-
out.
Not bad at all.
Okay.
Barrel away.
Andu in the distance.
wing.
Andu in the distance, capsizing. Yes. There's the race leader, folks, in the tide.
It'll be a quick one.
Well, it want to be. And it is. Look, they're nearly up already.
Wow.
All right. So there we are. We're in shot now. Andu just retrieving the boat from the capsize.
Back on the barrel.
And there's Barrawang heading to the bottom mark, just probably a jibe drop for him as well, yeah?
A minute in arrears about from the 4th place.
Burrowing in 5th position.
I think
Okay, new race leader again, Yendu in the lead, but only just. Okay, Sean Partners on screen, a little bit of pressure there. F6, that's Sean Partner in 6th position.
Yep.
I think what you'll find though, having all these heavy air breezes this early in the season, we're going to have the Christmas break shortly and then come back in the new year for the Australian Championships and then on to the JJ. It'll put all these crews in a good position.
Yeah, but I mean, Chubby, obviously there's been a few accidents today, but we'd see that Noakes has been pretty good, and is obviously going to come to the party. Yandu, Tech 2, and Lazarus, the top, and Finkel at the top 6 probably.
Yep. Well, that was just in the park before. I was talking to Sean Langdon, and he tells me they took delivery of their new boat yesterday.
Yeah, so a fair few little developments on that boat, and he's optimistic that it'll be faster than the Yandu.
Okay, right. It's a strange time to introduce a new boat, but there you go.
Do you want to go get these 3 boats coming down?
Determined by the builder, more or less, I think, so.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Especially strange to be trying something new.
Well,
Only, maybe 2 months away from their biggest title.
yes, but, they've got the prototype's already out there. It's called Yandu, you see, so some degree. Anyway,
All right, let's wait and see.
Coming down the hill here with Appliance Online and Rang and Famish.
and Balmain Slate just in front of him without a spinnaker up. So
Yeah, about to
these
get gobbled up.
These two will go room straight past them.
Yeah,
All right.
good stuff.
Josh adopting the Woody approach of sitting in.
Well,
Seems to
VMD
be
run from
working.
there.
Then you got Smeg and someone over in Clifton Gardens. They're Birkenhead Point Marina. They're both going to the pool at Clifton Gardens.
But they're still going, at least.
Still rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Back on the lead.
So we're travelling on the Kamakat fairly close to Yandu. Yandu narrowly in the lead after a quick swim from the Yandu. And the Tech 2 has come to the party big time.
Which way is this all going to play out, do you guys think?
Well, the breeze has built a little going into Rose Bay, as we've seen the last time as well. I don't know, I'm liking Tech 2 from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking... We were talking about those big headsels before, maybe uprange,
Not so good.
not so good. Tech 2, they've found their groove after that false start.
Yeah. And locking up wind, Jimmy, more coming.
Plentyon.com.
More coming. So we might finish this
Look
race.
at the angle.
Yeah.
Like, irrelevant to the people at home, but
Yeah.
look at the angle the 49ers are doing just off bottled and glass there. So I'd be a good 2-sail reach down.
Yeah.
Down.
We'll see a bit of 20 here, and you can see from here on the Yandu, the mainsail fully inverted at times. Tech 2's been very good in this wind range.
Yeah, great. Got a fair bit of crew weight there in the Tech 2, all in the right spot up the front. Yandu didn't actually lose that much in that capsize, although you didn't want to do it.
No, 40 seconds or something, yeah.
Well, I think there's a little chase boat behind the Yandu at the moment with their coach on board, Ian Murray.
He was looking forward to a better day. I was talking to him this morning. Dead
You may
right.
have done a few races with Ian Murray, Bucko, back in the day.
A couple of dozen, yeah, at least. Indeed.
All good.
The 18 footers. Just restaurant coming past. Pedro and the boys.
I think they're the only one with the reef in today, Jimmy.
Yeah, I think you're right, Cubby. That he's upright and he's got the pedal to the metal.
Okay, we're probably past halfway. Okay, definitely. So up to Rose Bay Mark now, back down towards the zoo, and then up to the finish. So it's on between these three. We've got a race.
Tech 2 very close now.
Yep.
Just watch the cross.
I think it's always easier to come from behind than lead from the front in an 18s race. Like they'll be trying like hell on the Tech 2 to get up to Woody. They'll know that he's a little bit slow in the tacks and probably take advantage of that. The NSW maybe a little bit shell-shocked after their little capsize. They'll be a bit hesitant when they do their next few tacks.
Well, no, Dodds gets very angry after a quick swim like that.
Angry
in a good way.
Angry in a good way, right.
So
Just in the background, about to flash through. Noakes group still on the run, toughing it out.
Our early race leader, almost in last position. It's a cruel sport sometimes.
Yeah.
happy with that.
And do checking.
So you can see in the background there, Tech 2. And I think the left side might pay here, actually, Cub.
He's led the fleet to Nielsen Park over there, so let's see if he does pick up that little bit of a shift. Although, just looking at NSW on screen, he's got height as well.
I think he's fair way up inside the jib there too, Cub. Quite well pressured. Mainsail fairly bloated out. And a bit more coming in a minute. Seaplane coming into land. And a big squirt coming out of the boat.
Yeah.
It might have swung a little bit just
And
left.
a bit of left rotation.
Yep.
Let's look at that.
Yeah, that's what Tech 2's been looking for.
Yep. Hello.
Right. Here they come. I'd say they're comfortably second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was never my favourite winter suddenly, Cub, but
It is?
it is not.
Oh, it's cruel when you're out racing. It's always it's like a funnel coming down from the golf club up there in Rose Bay. Tech 2, as we said, looks very comfortable. They're sailing it very flat.
And that might be his good jib, actually. He might have decided that sandbagging wasn't the thing to do.
The good jib's still in the trailer.
Is it?
I saw it.
Did you? So that's the number 2. He had his number 2 jib on Friday night.
Okay, yes, no, well that's... He told me that they're not going down the same
No.
route as the NSW and the Yandu and sticking with the conventional small number 3 heads.
Here we go with the Andu. Nice and bouncy. 18 and 20, a little bit more coming.
Not a great tack on the NSW. So Tech 2's tack to come back. He's just behind.
He needs to do that. He needs to protect the left to some degree here. And he'll be...
This is going to be close.
And he might be able to get up to the mark with only one more tack.
If he picks that lay line correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as you would have noted, Cup, they've been pretty good at it.
Yep.
Pretty accurate.
Yandu still leads.
Yeah. But he wouldn't be enjoying this quite so much. And the next leg is probably a two-sum. And it's a 3 boat lengths.
Yep. It's tight.
Yeah. And coming, look at the water surface, 20 knots, yep.
Yeah, nice. A little bit flatter though, maybe up here in sea conditions.
Yeah, a bit flatter, but plenty of wind.
Yeah, plenty of wind. They're good. They love that.
And a bit of water inside the camera boat. What's going on? I thought we got rid of that.
I told you it was fresh. All right, Yandu's tacked.
Well short.
Tech 2 in the distance. They're trying to make this in one, so they're trying to minimise their tacks.
Gonna go.
The Yandu's still got 2 tacks to go, so that's playing into the favour of the Tech 2.
Tech 2 using every bit of water over on the eastern shore of Rose Bay. But we're travelling with Yandu.
Race leader.
Pretty good fist of it. Rig looks nice.
A little bit of twist in that head saw. It does look good, doesn't it? She's motoring through the water. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. More twist than has been seen in most of the boats. Less bang, more Cunningham.
Yes, the spies are in, the little boat behind them.
The spies are out.
The spies are out.
Spies are us.
They're not looking at the Yandu, they're looking at the Yandu.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. Come on, Woody, get out on the wire, mate. All right, he seems to have extended here, Bucko.
Hey?
The Yandu seems to have extended.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
He zigged when he should have zigged and zagged.
Perhaps, yep. But I can tell you that Tech 2's on the low line.
All right, got critical last tack for John Winning here.
Exactly.
Here they go.
And the tacking hasn't been that good, like that one.
A little bit slow.
Yeah. A little bit slow. Going now.
And you're always wondering about that other boat coming in quick, coming in hot.
Yeah. So here we go. 2 legs to go.
Maybe Tech 2 overstood that a little bit, Bucko. It's given away a bit of distance.
Well, half a mile low line kind of thing, Cub. Better to be fractionally over in these boats, as you'd be well aware. Wow, and a big puff here at the corner.
Okay, John Winning's away. Excellent. He has put a little bit of time on Tech 2.
Yep, so Tech 2 wasted a little bit over there somewhere. But
can't afford to do that.
Tech 2 going to have the benefit of rounding in the puff here.
Right, on Tech 2 now. Let's just see them get around the mark. A little bit of jib ease. Big gust here.
Big gust of wind.
Absolutely. Here we go.
And off they go. That's pretty hot stuff, Cubby.
Yeah, nice and flat again.
And
flat and fast.
Advantage Tech 2. Got the bow down early. They're going to scrape the wharf on the corner of Shark.
That's good.
And I think we'll see them set pretty promptly, actually. But perhaps not. Anyway, they're good at it. They are good at it, that's for sure.
So they're both the leaders have put a little bit of distance on Ndu. They've slowed down since that capsize.
Match fitness.
Too many schooners, you reckon, Jimmy?
Oh, you would have had a quiet night last night, the old Doz.
Oh, Ndu, they're
nearly in the tide there.
The trouble is, if you get stuck there, that's a reef. There's a lot of rock there. All right, the chase is on. None of the leaders have gone for a spinnaker just yet. Tech 2 just in a squall there. He's heading towards Bradley's head.
Snakes and ladders.
All right.
They got me thinking about a set.
Yeah, they are on the. They go on the Yandu.
Yeah.
Mike Kennedy's in. Shoot going up on the Yandu. Tech 2 is probably going to need to be right on their hammer with the spinnaker.
Yep.
Just get through that little bit of traffic. They need to go now.
Well, he's thinking that the next puff's a header.
Sometimes you just got to put it on, Mucko.
Here they go.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's all right. Just a little quick one. Here we go. If you want to win, you got to set the shoot.
I'm with you. Looks well timed to me.
Good. Good crew work on the Tech 2. We've seen it all day today.
Apart from a couple of minor matters.
All right, they're running a little bit lower than the Yandu, so
Got a bit more breeze.
we've got to see who gets to the bottom mark.
A couple of big powerboats sort of in the way.
Time to go home. It's going to be a great little battle, isn't it?
Yep. Big puff coming out of the Yandu is now in.
Tech 2 is just about to get into that same line of breeze.
Very spotty, isn't it?
All right, a little bit of breeze on now. Right, it's close. There's the... Woody's just got to be careful that he's not too conservative going down to the bottom mark here. He's going to probably have to push a little harder than he normally does.
VMG run cover, he'll be right.
He'll be right.
Easy work.
So if you've got two dives to the bottom mark, who's your money on? Tech 2 or Yandu, Bucko? Woody's just squared away.
Depends who gets to the mark, you know. It's Woody's running square and Tech 2 will do two jobs, I think, you'll find. So it's a bit of technique here.
Okay, I think Yandu's comfortable.
Yandu early drop. Tech 2 a completed jibe and a jibe drop.
All right, it's on.
Very close.
Okay, so good, nice, clean drop on the Yandu.
You got the clock running, so it's sort of 4 boat lengths, isn't it? 3
Yeah.
boat lengths.
One. Yeah. Oh, a little bit slow on the Tech 2. They're around now.
Not
It's
a-
10 seconds.
Yeah, not a heap of wind, but here they go. They're both in a good puff. Both boats on port. Beautiful rounding from Tech 2, really.
Okay, it's on.
In half a gale now.
And Do's come back into it.
Louis break on the wire within 1 boat length of the mark, and that's a good benchmark.
Excellent.
So I think you'll find here, Cub, Tech 2 might fancy their height, so they might just hang there.
Hang with them.
Hang.
And Do rounding the mark now. There's our 3rd place getter at the moment.
Yeah. Ask Yandu to make a challenge. Hunt them out to the right corner.
Well, I'd like to see him go left.
Yeah, me too.
It's his only chance. If you're running 3rd and you've just got to bang the left.
I mean, Andrew's got a different job completely. That's right. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, nothing to lose because fourth's
Nothing to
only
lose.
just coming around Bradley's right now.
There is no fourth, Your Majesty. So you see Tech 2 a little higher and slower here, Cub, and you've watched him sail for a while, haven't you? You know,
Yeah.
just typical Jack and
He's, ooh, Yandu.
in the lee of the powerboat.
no.
Yandu sick ass.
Not good, not good.
So we're with Yandu in the background with no pressure, and equally Tech 2.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
a powerboat dirty air.
Yandu's seen what's going on up in front and tacked. That not a bad thing for them.
No.
I would like to see Tech 2 come back before Yandu.
Yeah. So
There we
Yandu
go.
across
There we
in
go.
front of us.
Great tack on the Tech 2.
The 2 leaders simultaneously into a big bit of right hand,
Simultaneous.
and at the same time as well, Cub.
Yes. The Simo tagging.
Wow, spiky stuff here.
All right, let's see. Yandu's managed to get out to the left. That's probably where he needs to be.
Yeah. Pretty funny day in the middle of the harbour. A little bit of light air. No more powerboat or ferry problem, I don't think.
I think they're clear of that freshwater ferry
Oh.
coming around Bradley's.
Yeah.
Yandu just tacking. Sorry, Andu just tacking.
In soft left-handed air. So both Tech 2 and Yandu are going to be clear of the Manly Ferry inbound to Circular Quay.
Yeah.
So that's the yacht race.
Definitely got a yacht race. Tech 2 probably just stretched out a little bit there, although...
And a bit of snakes and ladders, puff lull, puff lull. So...
In mind.
Yandu still leads,
And I think
but not by much.
gone a little bit lighter here, that
Yeah.
big jib's
Yeah.
coming back into play.
Tech 2 would be more confident with their tacking than Yandu would be. But you might see Tech 2 doing a bit of tack if we can find something. But the wind very spiky and lift it off, and then the gusts are about 16 still up the centre of the track. Here comes Tech 2 now on a bit of left-hander.
Tech 2.
But not a good tack at all.
None.
Confident, but no pressure out of the tack.
So we're seeing the breeze phasing out of Double Bay here.
That's
Buck,
right.
Yeah,
I think you've got to get in the funnel.
it's like at the moment the breeze is getting down towards Clark Island, so maybe Tech 2 coming back early.
Yeah.
Yandu probably doesn't want to let him get away. He needs to cover him.
Yeah.
He's as fast, if not faster.
A generalised big puff. 18 knots down the middle of the track here.
And Woody's just, looks like he's just putting the blinkers on, going to...
Okay, so...
Yeah.
Well, I think we did this in a heat of the World Championships once with the mighty Peter Sorensen being the opposite boat, and cost us the World Championship by not covering.
Well, wouldn't know anything about that, Cup.
Oh,
Sorrow not doing something?
all right. We got Yandu right behind us.
And he wants us out of the way.
Out of the way. Out of the way we go.
We're getting yelled at by Fang Warren, which is no small thing. So Tech 2's out to the right, just about to come into shot, if we're lucky. Yep.
There's Andu.
And that was the postcard shot there with the Harbour Bridge Sydney Opera House.
Yeah.
Tech 2 lifting in the distance out there, whether it's enough or not.
He's gone to the Rushcutters Bay side, and
Tech 2's just tacked back.
Oh. Does John Winning pay the price?
I think he'll win from where he is. Good left-handed puff coming to him.
Oh, Bucko, I'm not sure.
No, I'm not sure either.
Tech 2's coming in hot from the right.
Yep. I'm not sure at all, but
Tacking here on the Yandu.
just a suspicion.
This'll tell.
Again, he's probably...
He's looking good.
He's looking good, yeah, no, he'll get there pretty easily, I think.
Tech 2 just taking quite a big header there.
Yep.
Yandu coming back into the picture, maybe.
No. No, they've just been wedged between the other two. Nice fillet though, Cup.
All right.
It's close though, isn't it?
It's not over yet, as they say.
The fat lady's warming up.
Go. All right. Yandu still in picture.
Ooh.
Tech 2. Ooh, here we go. Ooh,
They're
ooh.
about nearly, aren't they?
That's it. This is it. What are we? 200 to 300 metres away from the finish line.
Yeah. So Yandu's going to attack.
Tech 2 can lay that from there. 40.
Tech 2 in front.
And a bit of pressure for Tech 2 as well. Although, I wouldn't like to pick this one.
He'll let it rip.
This is going to be a three-way split.
No, Tech 2 can let it rip here, can't he?
Well,
Can't he? You know how much faster they go bow down 5 degrees.
Look at it. Here we go. It's going to be seconds in this.
Yeah. Tech 2 still sort of nice. Yeah.
Tech 2.
He'd be confident.
It's good.
Our
All
picture
right.
will tell the story.
Here we
Tech
go.
2 ripping.
Yeah.
Come bow up now. He's
Close.
going to win by 10 feet. There you go.
Ooh. Just Tech 2.
By a whisker pole.
Did John Winning not cover?
Well, it's not Woody to cover, is it? You know, kind of
Well.
in a sense. And Andrew,
All right.
pretty good third, Jimmy.
Very good. Very good racing.
Yep. So that's a good effort from the Andrew. Their best of the season by a long way.
So 2 boats in the top 3 both had capsizes.
That's right.
Yeah. Quality of the fleet.
No, it's a stem. You're right, Chits. Chits reminding us that the rule now is lose the spinnaker pole. But it doesn't matter. They were 10 feet ahead. Do you? Photo finish and they print the shot.
Definitely, we're just talking about the finish there, and the boat's crossing the line, and it is the actual front of the boat, not the end of the spinnaker pole. So we're calling a photo finish. Maybe we should check in with the starters and judges.
That's right.
All right, so who's 4th?
Your Majesty, we regret to inform you.
No, there's a long way to number 4.
The Burrowing, perhaps, eh?
Or
Finport. No.
Shore and Partners, maybe.
Shore and Partners look like they're just here.
Yep.
Finport was Finport
I
4th?
can't see.
Yeah, they was up.
Just to the right.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
Good eyes, Cubby.
Comfortable 4th is Finport.
Burrowing on screen in 5th, 6th.
So that will be about a 3-minute deficit. 2-minute 30 perhaps. So
Fair way back in the whole scheme of things.
Finport's best race of the year as well. Coming to the finish in some high left wind pressure. Now, if John Winnie had a bit of that, it wouldn't have been quite so close.
He was in a wrong spot at the wrong time.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it is a tricky beat, isn't it, Cub?
Oh, look, it's funny because it's like someone opens a door in the block of flats over there and the breeze comes out of Double Bay completely differently.
We're not at Drummoyne now.
You can turn your grey early working from the bottom mark up to Double Bay.
Yeah.
Look at Trevor. Sorry, Trevor.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Trev, indeed.
All right. Here's the Fin Point Finance.
Finport.
Finport in 4th spot. Across the line. Definitely put the mockers on the Smeg boys, the Smeglers.
No, I sank them. Completely. Absolutely and totally.
Commentators curse.
They were A over and B went in the tide, so Cocker getting the rust out.
And the dust.
The rust.
Yeah. The Lazarus, they'd be going home, I think. No, I saw them capsized earlier. Shore and Partners would be 5th boat at the moment, although some distance back.
Yeah. Still hanging in there, and they're sort of like hanging around 5th, 6th mostly.
It's good for the morale though to get a finish, no capsizes, start to get your teamwork together a little bit.
Yeah.
It's another race next week.
Yeah.
So before Christmas, so a bit more time to polish up the manoeuvres.
And then reinstall some rust over Christmas. Couple of weeks off.
Rust and kgs.
That's right.
Shore and Partners probably lay the finish line from out there, maybe.
Yeah. The burrowing closer than we might have anticipated, in fact.
Yep. Burrowing on screen now, getting a bit of that left you were talking about, okay? And
Yeah, Sean Partner's going to cross and lay, I think, from there, or very
it's
close.
going to be very close.
Yeah. You can make a bet that the burrowing will do a quick panic tack or not. Or not. No,
He's going to dip him, we're going to go to the bear away.
Yeah.
So if Shore and Partners hasn't laid that mark,
I don't think they have.
there's a chance for the burrowing just yet. It's in a nice line of pressure, the burrowing.
Yeah.
Shaw and Partners has another tack yet before they can lay through the finish line.
Yeah, only 2 boat lengths he needs. He'll get there.
Burrowing's tacked.
Provided it's a good tack. It's a good tack. It's good enough anyway.
Shaw and Partners is going to get there.
All good. And good result from the Burrowing Hotel Young Henrys as well.
There's 5th and 6th.
Simon and Rory Cox and Brandon Bank on the Burrowing. Shaw and Partner Steve Thomas, Dave Gilmore and Luke Payne. Good effort for a new combo.
Yeah. Nice close finish.
Yeah, just right.
Yeah. So, folks, that probably is it for us for today, more or less. The balance of the fleet a fair way away. Another good day in Sydney Harbour, still under the influence of La Nina and a low-pressure cell located east of Montague Island. Cub Bear, thank you very much.
Rocco, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Been marvellous.
I remember the first camera cat being built back in the day. Started off as 2 tornado hulls, and now have a go at this setup.
Luxury limousine by comparison, let me tell you.
And dry.
And dry.
Thank you.
Thanks to Dylan, Piers, Chits, Jimmy. Beautiful yacht, mate. Thank you. Dry, warm, fabulous. Been a Sale Media production for the Australian Footers League. Same time next week. Hope you can join us. I'm Andrew Buckland, signing out.